Hello, art world. This is your girl, Kamisha, with her first blog. Can you believe it? Just as I promised, guys, I'm getting ready to start getting serious about this whole social media and blogging and telling my story. So what better time to do it than during the summer right now when I have time off to talk about myself and my art pieces. So first, let me introduce myself for those who do not know who I am. My name is Kamisha McDaniel. I go by artist Kamisha McDaniel. Some know me as Kit Kat. So if you see my artwork, I normally sign it either KK or Kit Kat. But I'm well known as artist Kamisha McDaniel. So just a little bit about me. I am currently a full-time artist as of 1 year. Yeah, I just had my 1 year anniversary. Hello. And we'll talk about that. My jumping out there in faith and becoming a full-time artist, how scary it was or how scary not it was, right? So again, a little bit about me. I am currently a emerging artist here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And as I stated, I quit my job, my career. I don't like to say job because I was a teacher. So I left my career last school year, and as of this June, it made my 1 year anniversary as a full time artist. Woo-hoo-hoo. So, with that being said, ever since I stepped out on faith and got into the full time art world, doors have been opening up. So, some of you know I do have an art piece that is part of Art Pop that is now currently in Times Square. And if you want to see that, if you're in the New York area and you're in Times Square, it is on various billboards. I recently saw it, and it's over the Olive Garden that's right down there in Times Square. So again, you have until January of 2026 to go see that. It's me. No, so seriously, ever since I became a full-time artist, if you're consistent, if you're resilient, doors will open. And that's where I'm at right now. That's why I say I can actually call myself an emerging artist because people are starting to know who I am. They're starting to recognize my artwork, and it's a surreal feeling. Like you have no idea. So if you are a fellow artist out there that's trying to get out there and get seen, I'm going to also blog about that, how you can do that, how you can get your pieces in galleries, in competitions, on and on and on. But this first video is just an introductory of who I am um, as an artist and as a person. I have a bubbly personality, um, but I'm also an introvert. I can be in the house painting all day, every day. Like my creative mind ticks all day, like ideas. I'm one of those ones that if I dream about a piece, I have to get up the next day and sketch it out because I don't want to lose that memory of this fantastic piece that's been implanted into my brain, right? So with all that being said, um, this particular blog that I'm going to start with after the introduction is talking about each individual piece that I have created for my current series. It's based off the 1920s, 1930s jazz scene, right? I was not born during there, but I have grown to love jazz the older I get, right? Just when I watch the black and white movies and the documentaries, it takes me back during a time that I didn't get to experience, but I'm experiencing it now. And with this series, I also want to have everyone else that did not get to experience that time period to get a glimpse of what it was like. Um, yeah. So these bloggers, I don't know how they do it, but I good thing I know how to talk. Like I can ramble all day from the comfort of my home. But yeah, and I know it has to be random. I know you have to be yourself on these blogs, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Just to be myself and show you guys who I really am. Like Who are you, girl? A nut, a creative cuckoo. No. But seriously, um, yeah, I'm super excited to start this. I hope you guys join me on this journey of talking about this series. I'm super excited about it. I surprise and shock myself every day when I see the growth that I have obtain from creating each piece. Like each piece I create, I get better and better. And I'm like, okay, I need to go back to the first one and touch it again because now I feel like I'm better than I was when I created this one. But I love their each unique style. And I consider myself a mixed media artist. I don't just dabble in one medium. I sculpt, I use fabric. As you see, I'm starting this jewel piece back here. We'll talk about that. Um, just whatever I can get my hands on, and if I can attach it to a piece of canvas, I will be doing so. So I consider myself an oil painter. Now I did start off with acrylics, and ever since I touch oils, I have a hard time using acrylics. But the challenge for me next is to go back to the acrylics because I've seen some of you wonderful artists out there create works of art using acrylic and it looks like an oil painting. So that is a challenge for myself to see if I can get to that level of artistry by taking acrylic paint and getting that same blend, that same effect where your piece looks like an oil painting. I'm heavy on blending, so that's why I like oil so much. Um, I'm a blender, so you don't see a whole lot of brush strokes in my pieces when I do oil paintings. So yeah, I'm a blender. That's all I can say. And I think that's why it's so hard for me with acrylics because I cannot blend them like I do the oil paints because of the drying time. And I know there's mediums that you can mix with the acrylics, and I've tried it. But for some reason, it dries up on me, and then I have to try to mix and get the same color. I'm like, ah, right? Artists, the things we go through, right? The stress. But the finished pieces that we come up with, outstanding. I give my own self an applause, and you should too. Like we work hard for what we do. Again, I'm gonna talk about this series, this jazz series I'm working on. I'm trying to create between 20 to 25 pieces for an upcoming solo show that I'm planning on having. Well, not planning on, I'm having it. All right. And also these pieces may also be shown next Black History Month because I have been um, asked to do Black History Month for 2026. I am the featured artist, so some of my works will be in that show as well. So I consider that a solo show because I'm the featured artist, and it's only my artwork that will be featured for that Black History Month exhibit. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, you guys join me on this journey. I know you want to talk about each piece. Those of you that have seen them, how I created them, why I created them the way that I created them, and what was was there any other inspiration behind why I chose that individual um, for that piece? So, yeah, stay tuned. I look forward to you guys hanging in there with me and following me on this journey all the way up into the show. So we're gonna call this blog a journey to your first solo show. My journey to my first solo show. So you guys, thank you again for hanging out with me. God bless you guys. I love you guys. Peace.